All right, guys. So, um, before we start the webinar proper, I'm going to, introduce myself. I'm going to introduce our speaker, Akadido McDonald. I don't know if you probably want to talk, but that'll be later. Or if you have any concern, you can just drop in the chat room, right? So, guys, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to introduce our speaker. I'm going to introduce the team of 360 Lux Limited, one of the foremost guys. I also want to meet you. We want to meet you. You're going to tell us, you're just going to tell us your first name, drop it on the WhatsApp, on the chat group once the time is ripe. You're going to tell us where you are joining from. Then you're probably going to tell us the industry you operate in. Yeah, we want to know your industry. They also want to know your expectations. But once it's time, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know, guys. So, guys, yeah. So my name is Samuel Hawolumate. And I'm a partner at 360 Lux Limited. My job description cut across quite a number of things. Especially, I am focused on growth. I'm focused on growth of the organization. It's actually an interesting task, but it's been worth it, right? So, guys, so I also have Feyi in the house. Feyi is one of our staff. So, Feyi, can you unmute yourself and just introduce yourself, Feyi? Feyi, please.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is Feyi Oloyede. I'm the sales and marketing executive of 360 Lux Limited, one of the best real estate companies in Lagos.
All right, that's fantastic. So, yeah, that's good. So the last person is going to introduce himself. That's not going to happen now because he happens to be our founder, the principal partner at 360 Lux is our major speaker. So once the time is right, he's going to come in and introduce himself properly. Guys, are we game? So, guys, I want to meet you. We want to meet you. We want to know where you're coming from. So the first thing we're going to do now, drop your first name, guys. Drop your first name. I'm going to be reading it out loud. Drop your first name, guys. I want to meet you. You've met me. Guys, drop your first name. Evelyn, I see you. Olajimika, I see you. Olajimika, Evelyn, I see you. Adebola, I see you. Yeah, Chukwuka, I see you. Emmanuel, Olanrewaju. Yeah. Come on. Okay, Ayo, I see you, Ayo. Come on, guys. Victor, I can see you. Oluwayemi, I can see you. Ife Oluwa, yes, I see you. Wuraola, Olufunke, Sandra, Wale, yeah, I can see you guys. I can see you. Isaac, okay. Uche, I can see you guys. I can see you. Yeah. Please, guys, drop in. We're about to tap your name, guys. Drop your name, guys. Some people are okay. I can see Abioye Ayodeji Bidemi. Kingdom, you are welcome. All right, good. So I will just move into the next thing. So, guys, drop your location. Where are you joining from? Drop your location. Guys. Drop your location, guys. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Network. Okay, Ibadan, guys, makes sense. Anambra State, Lagos. Okay, I think Lagos is winning. Lagos, Anambra State, Lagos, Ibadan, Lagos, Abuja. Oh, makes sense. Ibejuleki, Lagos. Ondo State. My homeland. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Okay, Akure, nice. Akure, Lagos. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, Lagos. Do I have anybody from the north? Ibadan, makes sense. Okay, yeah, Ibadan. Please, guys, drop in your location. Rivers, oh, fantastic. That's our first person from Rivers. Akure, Ondo State. Okay, guys. Okay. So because of time, okay, fine. Akure, okay. Guys, we want to know the industry you operate in. Which industry are you? Which industry do you operate in? Okay, Ugu Nathaniel says he can't hear me. Please, can you work on your, I don't know. Others can hear me, yeah? Can you log out and log in again? Okay, Oma Uche, the man from River State is into real estate industry. Funke Olukoya, real estate. Ola real estate. Okay, Akinola Afolayan, real estate and civil servant. Makes sense. Okay, real estate company and civil servant. Okay, construction real estate. Ayodeji Bidemi. Okay, Manuel Lagos real estate sales rent shortlet. Okay, that's Manuel Momodu. ICT Fiolua, makes sense. Victor Wala, engineering. Esther Olubamire, real estate. I can see Okoye Chukuka, construction industry architect. Frederick Okoye, real estate. Okay, real estate. ICT real estate. Isaac Adewumi, Kingsley Obiekwe. Yeah, Kingsley real estate. Lagos Southwest Nigeria, makes sense. Yeah, Yobami, I didn't know real estate construction. Okay, guys, this is amazing. So obviously we have a lot of you guys in real estate industry. Okay. That's fantastic. All right, guys. Engineering. Okay. I'm seeing someone from engineering. Okay, guys. All right. So one last thing, guys. I want you to drop your expectation from this webinar. One last thing before we go fully. What are your expectations? I want to know them. I'm interested. I want to know your expectations. We understand. Okay, we understand quite a number of people are struggling in the real estate industry, and we really need to address that. We need to tell you how we started, how we got to where we are today, and how we intend to actually, how to improve on sales. Emmanuel Momodu want to know how to improve on sales. Feyi, can you take note of that? Expectations, how to improve on sales, okay? We know sales is actually a major challenge. Yeah. Okay. Others don't have expectation. Okay, Evelyn, to know how to close sales and who or where to get target customers makes sense. On my Uche Kingdom, I need to know the secret of super sales. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. You are going to hear it from the horse's mouth tonight. Trust me. Okay. Okay, guys. Please keep rolling it in. How to convert prospect to clients. Well, you're in the right place, man. J. Bernard, who's going to be speaking to us tonight, is a fantastic deal closer. In fact, as a growth person, when I have prospect, I just push them to him because I know he's going to close the deal. Okay. How to get buying clients, good to gain value and capacity, then understanding sales in real estate. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Diversifying into real estate, needed startup tips. Okay, makes sense. You are making the right choice already. How to get sales and run ads on different platforms. Oh, makes sense. Tip of engaging high quality targets and also keep them engaged. Okay. All right, Feyi, please be taking note of that. All right, guys. How to do a good follow-up. Okay, makes sense. Prospect in real estate, link between ICT and real estate, fantastic. How ICT can expand growth in real estate, fantastic. If you're lower, fantastic. All right, guys. All right, guys. So I think I'm really enjoying. I'm enjoying this webinar already. People are participating from everywhere, from everywhere, from everywhere. All right. All right. Good, guys. So I'm going to drop some short-term rules. Short-term rules are just rules that we guide this house so that we can have everything going on, peacefully. I can see 3 people raising up their hands. I will unmute you so that you can probably ask some questions if there are things we need to clearly address before we proceed. So, guys, please, your mic should be on mute always. We want to endeavor that if everyone the right to unmute themselves, but I saw that people were coming in, there was background noise, blah, blah. So, and I need to respect every other person's space. So I have to withdraw that power back. Then, of course, if you have questions, if you need anything, if you want to talk, you just raise up your hand. Or you can, so Josephine Oloyede, please try and locate Josephine Oloyede. She's one of us. You can direct message. You can direct message me. I think that even be better. You can send me a direct message or raise up your hand. So, guys, now all questions will come after the talk. 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 Now, please, all participants should respect each other's opinions. See, what Mr. Kingsley might be bringing to the table might be different from what Mr. Omar is in Rivers State, man. His real estate experience and exposure might be different from what Mr. Kingsley is bringing to the table, who happens to be in Lagos State. Do you understand? So we need to understand that everybody is actually operating on a different terrain, and our opinions really count. So please, let's respect that. Very, very important. Yeah, so, and at the end of Mr. Banji's talk, guys, you can drop your questions, either in the chat box, or you can actually raise up your hand, then you are going to ask the question directly, which I feel will be better for better expression. All right, guys. So, okay, guys. So, having said that, there are some information that will be passed out during our webinar. When Mr. Banji finishes, we have some opportunities we also want to lay bare to you. Then before we take the question and answers, right? Please, you don't want to miss out on these opportunities. Then another thing I probably want to mention is, this section is recorded. So all of you are going to get it. Just make sure you check your emails, right? One, that is after it has been edited. Then secondly, we want you people to follow our Instagram page. Why? Because we drop a lot of opportunities there, especially for newbies. We drop a lot of opportunities. We drop a lot of tips, right? Please, you don't want to miss out. Then after this section, there will be a feedback form to fill, just to get feedback for this, what we are doing. And we appreciate that you go to our Instagram page at 360 Lots. So you please drop our handle on the chats. So you go to our Instagram page. There is a link there after this webinar. It's the TREP feedback. Just click on the link, then give us your feedback. Then, of course, I will repeat that again. It's not a problem. All right, guys. So you probably want to ask, what gave birth to the real estate experts? Now, one thing I want you to understand is this. I've known Olabanji Bernard for a while, and there was a time we were discussing about his real estate journey. I started in the trenches of Lagos. Guys, this guy was literally living in a kiosk where Lagos dirty water passes underneath, right? And today he's living his at least, he's living an enviable life to an extent, right? So when he told me his story and how he was able to navigate his way around poverty and be able to live the kind of lifestyle that he wants, guys, I feel that I can't bear this story alone. Like Banji, we have to take this story to the public. People need to know, people need to hear, people need to listen, people need to know that, guys, anything is doable. So I want to admonish us, please, as he speaks, listen carefully to his story and pick your lessons. I may mention when I was reading your expectations. One thing I respect Banji for is that he's a deal closer. He used to tell me something that, provided a client show interest in a property, he said I should leave it to him. He's going to close that deal. And guys, is going to close that deal. Yesterday we were talking, was telling me he has done 30 properties already in sales. I like, man. Now, one thing I also wanted to know is that the 30 properties he's talking about is not 25 million naira. You need no property. Because 360 locks, because we're a luxurious company, we focus on high-end properties, right? So I'm telling you properties from 75, 85, some 130. And I think we even had a partner that gave us access to properties from 400 million to 1.1 billion, right? So we spoke yesterday. I was like, Sam, if I tell you I've done about 30 sales, 30 properties, will you believe I like, seriously, Banji? Some people have never made one sale, like one sale. So there are things, Banji, is that he was going to say it as it is. Like, you know, there are some people that we invite you to webinars like this, and they'll be hiding information, right? They'll be hiding information, like they don't want everybody to know their secret. Guys, Banji is going to let it out tonight. So please pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now, with this being said, I'm going to present to you the principal partner of 360 Lux Real Estate Company, located in Lekki, Phase 1, Mr. Olabanji Popoola. Guys, please, you can just type on the chat, welcome, 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 welcome. Let's encourage him. Let's welcome, 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 guys. Let's welcome him. Let's go welcome. I'm going to unmute him now. Let's welcome Mr. Olabanji. So, guys, welcome Mr. Olabanji. Welcome. I'm going to unmute him now. Yeah. So, Mr. Olabanji, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Am I audible?
Welcome. Yes, guys, if you can hear me, if you can hear him, just say yes. Just say yes. Just type yes. You can hear him. Just type yes, guys. If you can hear him clearly, please type yes. Okay, yes.
Now? Okay, that's very good.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's very good. That's very good. Wow. I'm so happy to have everybody here. Especially people from, I can see people from Rivers, people from Anambra, all the way from Ondo State, and people from Lagos. I really appreciate everyone for joining into this webinar and to listen to my real estate story, and for me to be able to share with you little that I know that has actually helped me out in the real estate sector. I am a principal. Let me introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Olabanji Popoola. And like Mr. Samuel said, I am the principal partner of 360 Lux Limited, located in Lekki Phase 1. And this is a company that I can vividly boast, who has completed and has been in more than 7 billion real estate transactions in Nigeria so far. And so far this year, we've been engaged in more than 2 billion naira transactions. So I can singularly tell you, at least I know and I have a good understanding of what real estate and the agency department of it is all about. I am a principal center leadership, a leader on, which I base my life on 4 level of, what's it called? Leadership in terms of my personal life, in terms of my interpersonal interaction with people, my managerial lifestyle, in terms of I like to get things done with whosoever I find myself within, and the part of the organizational role, at least I have my partners to assist me in that. At least as far as this is concerned, we've been able to recruit, train as much people as we can to a large extent, and we're doing fine. So I give kudos to everyone for joining in today, and I'm promising you, I will try all my possible best to be able
Mr. Banji, okay, I think that should be network. Yes, someone else can use your ID, please. If you want people to join in, guys, you can share your link. Just share your link. Share your link. The ID is actually general, right? So while I settle Mr. Banji to come back, 1 minute. We're in Nigeria, so network like this can be issues like this concerning network can actually pop up. So just let me settle with him. All right, guys. So I just had a chat with him. He said it's coming back on now. So just a few minutes. We'll join us soon. Okay, so while we wait for him, just let me do.
Sorry about that.
All right, he's back. He's back. Makes sense. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so, like I said, sorry to cut the conversation. I said I'm someone that, like, if there's anything I don't like about some things about our country, Nigeria, I like Nigerian pledge. You know, when they say I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve with all my heart, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, blah, blah, blah. Reason is that, you know, in Nigeria so far, there are some information that if you are privileged to have it, moving ahead and moving forward in life becomes easier. And if you are privileged to have those information, you will be able to do some certain things you actually didn't believe you will be able to do. Many years back, at exactly, I think this is July 31st, exactly 8 years ago, when I joined the real estate sector in Nigeria, I've worked in banking department for a few months, and I was struggling. You know, graduating from the university, fine. I can say I'm one of the best students in my department. Reason be that, why I can say that is because in my department, nobody had a first class when we graduated. So the best result anybody ever had was actually a 2-1. So I'm actually one of the 2-1 students that graduated from the university. You understand? So I can boldly say I'm one of the best students. So having been the best student, I have that motivation. I'm inspired that after youth service, definitely I'm going to be getting a very well-paid job, probably maybe 150,000 naira, thinking small, maybe. But I was thinking 150 is a big money then, you understand? At least maybe if I can be able to find my way around it, we get a 300,000 naira job, 250,000 naira job. And I got a blow on my face because I couldn't get it. The highest paid job I ever had was a 40,000 naira job. As a BMC holder, so you should understand how terrible it was. So living became so difficult. And then even when I started out with the bank, then I started out as a direct sales agent with one of the notable, reputable bank in Nigeria today. And then as a direct sales agent, you know, you are the front of, what's it called? Account generation in terms of opening accounts, either a business account or a personal account for respective customers. And then it was service rendering. So it was so difficult selling services in the bank. Well, give or take, I think I joined the banking sector in 2013 March. Then all the way from March till all the way down till about July, I could say the only time I was paid the stipend that I call salary, then it was just 1 month out of the 5 months. Because I was given a task to get 80 accounts and to make sure 65 of it is funded in a space of 1 month for me to be able to get paid that stipend that is being called salary for me then. So it was actually for me, and life was, I was struggling. If you look, I remember vividly then in front of the branch where I work, there is this mama put there. I must have exhausted 30,000 naira debts before I even get money to pay. So I was just eating from hand to mouth. So I needed to break through. I needed to find the kind of lifestyle I wanted to live. You understand? So it was so difficult. Then I prayed, because I like to pray though. So in everything we do, we need to pray to God for direction. That is important. And then I hope I could get a good job. But before I venture into the part of the banking sector, let me give you a short story about the banking sector that brings about the real estate, me entering into the real estate. In the year 2013, December 2012, per se, it was a tough year, and it was so difficult. And I remember my December 25 and my New Year was nothing to write home about. I couldn't travel home to see my friends, family, and I was unable to get a Christmas rice for myself. So it was so terribly difficult. You understand? I'm talking about 10 years ago. And I live in a place around Lekki, precisely, is a slum. Now, when I say a slum, I mean living in a wooden house. So to make it look uglier, let me tell you, now I live in a Paco house there. I think maybe you will understand what I mean. And if I'm saying I'm not living in, there are luxurious houses right now. There's some areas in Lagos whereby you can live and bring your girlfriends. And they were like, you still trying at least. I know Lagos rent is high. But I'm talking about living in a slum. I'm living in a space that is about 9 square meters. When you stretch your hand like this, you cover the whole of my room. You understand? It was a terrible situation at that moment. And then I couldn't feed myself. Then the area I live in a place where you see the kind of unimaginable things you might think of as a Nigerian, as what's it called, as a disciplined, as a principled person. There are some things you see and you feel like, oh, when you wake up in the morning to the smoke of Igbo, to the smoke of cigarettes, to people already drunk at about 7 a.m. in the morning, seeing ladies walking half naked, and you find yourself in their midst and you feel like, guy, it is I'm going to continue. You understand? It was a tough period. And I was with my certificate. I was still boastful that at least in myself, I'm going to blossom no matter how hard I find it. It's actually a personal conviction, because, until you change your mentality, actually your destination becomes very hard. Can you hear me, please? Am I audible?
Guys, please, I understand some people might be having network issue, right? So please, if you can't hear him, check your, I will just drop our YouTube link here. In case you can't hear him here, maybe you check the YouTube link. It's also, okay, Adebola said he can. The YouTube link is also live. It's also live streamed. So, but at the same time, if you are really having issues, just log in and log on back. That will actually resolve it. I hope. So, Banji can continue.
All right. So then I find it hard. Then the most funny thing that I experienced that changed my life, I was just roaming about the slum one day and I met one man who is not actually a school certificate holder. He's actually like a bros in the Adubo, you understand? And he called me and I said, guy, I understand you're a graduate and you can see majority of us here, we know still graduate, we are hustling. He said, but one thing I want to tell you, there's nothing as honorable for a man to at least at the end of a month have something to take home. When he made such statement, I was like, I said, bros, I'm trying to get a good, well-paid job. He said, I know. He said, but you know where you are making a mistake? I said, where? He said, you have to leave that your certificate aside. This is coming out from someone, the last person I can ever listen to even give me an advice. Number one is actually someone who is not living, what's it called, an upright lifestyle, someone who I believe does all sorts of bad things in terms of what I can imagine to be, what I can divine to be bad. And it was advising, put aside your certificate, go out there and get any kind of job you can find. I said, bro, if I put aside my certificate, what kind of job do you think I will get? Because I was just getting furious in my spirit. Why would this guy tell me you are just drop out? And he said, even if it's a field officer, you are a field operation officer, if it's even a cleaner, you can even be hiring clothes. He said, it's better, it's more honorable for you to at least have something to put your hands on as money at the end of the month. You know, the word struck so hard in my heart. And the next morning, I woke up and I reprinted my CV. Actually, I removed some of my past jobs in terms of experiences, little in terms of the voluntary services I've rendered, and I make it so plain. And the first place I submitted my CV was a real estate company. And then submitting it there, the receptionist there saw my CV, look at me from head to toe, and it was like, bro, do you know what we are actually looking out for? I said, I know. You are looking for an office assistant. He said, but bro, I said, don't worry, just pass my CV to whosoever will check it. Then I left. And I walked around the whole of Lekki phase 1. I got another place like a dry cleaning office. I submitted my CV. I said, even if it's an office assistant, just give me that job. Even if it's anything, just give me the job. I'm tired of being hungry and sleeping in the slum. I just want to be able to save some money and to be able to get myself at least a room to just at least have a very befitting lifestyle. It beats. To cut a long story short, I was called up 7 days after for an interview. And when I was called, my boss then, he called my attention to something. He said, your name, I introduced myself. He said, I'm looking at your CV. You have BSc and you are a 2-1 student. He said, why do you want to apply for an office assistant? Then what that street Adigbo told me, the street Egmo told me, came back to my mind. I said, I just want to have a feeling that when it is the end of the month, I will be among those that will be earning salary. At least, no matter how small it is, I will be living, rather than being depressed and these unethical challenges roaming around my life. So I said, okay, no problem. He said, I said something. He said it will be so, what's it called? He said it will be so bad from his own hand to actually give a BSc holder a role of an office assistant. He said, God forbid such comes from me. And he said to me, he said, but I promise you, when an opportunity comes that actually fall within your what we believe you can do for us, we will call you. I left being disappointed. I was like, it's like this bros didn't know what's going on in my life. Then I left. It was a week after that the bank called. The bank I told you was giving me 40,000 naira on condition of 80 account and 60 funded. So the bank called and I was very happy. Then I was very happy until the banking job becomes so stressful. Then 5 months after, I was already determined in my heart that today I'm not going back to that bank. Then a call came into my phone, and it was a call of that HR from that real estate company then. And he asked me one question: have you gotten a job? I said, no, I have not even worked at all since that time, sir. It was like, are you serious? Can you resume with us tomorrow? I said, all well and good, I'm all yours. Then I joined the company without even doing a proper resignation with the bank. When I joined in, That was how I started what real estate is all about. And even when I joined in then, I was actually appointed as a supervisor of the field operation staffs, the ones that goes out to get properties and all that. So I was actually enjoying the comfort of the laptop, the system that was given to me, and people were going out. I go out just not really often at will. Like I had to go out today and decide to go out on Monday. Then one of my boss then got furious and he came to my desk and he said, I'm going to ask you two questions, Banji. I said, what's that? He said, number one, do you want to make more money? I said, yes. He said, are you contented with your salary? I said, sir, I'm not contented with my salary. And he asked. And when he said that, let me tell you, when I said I got a job with a real estate company, I didn't get a job of 150,000 and I didn't get a job of 100, not even a job of 80. I didn't even get a job of 50,000 naira. When I was called back to come and work with them, my salary then was 40,000 naira. So don't think maybe I've actually run away from the bank to come and start earning big on salary. So when that man came, he told me, let me tell you, there is more money on the streets than you sitting prettily with this laptop and doing all documentations. And I said, sir, he said, do you find it easy here? Or when you go outside, do you think it will be easier? I couldn't answer the question. And he told me, I think what you need is actually a guardian angel. I said, truth be told, sir, I'm new. I've just spent 2 months, but at least I'm having, what's it called, a constant payment at the end of every month. At least now my money is stable. At least now I can, at the end of every month, I can still bounce a bit, even if the bounce is going to last for 2 or 3 days after paying all my debt from the 40,000 naira, but at least I will still bounce and I will at least change one polo and at least buy a gym. At least when I go to office, maybe the receptionist will look like, Banjafa, you buy new shirt today, at least. It's constant. Now I'm not being placed on 80 accounts before I get 40,000 naira. You understand now? So when he said that statement to me, so many things changed. You understand? Because and I realized you can never move unless you take the bold step. You understand? Movement differs. I was actually moving, believing any 40,000 naira salary is against what I was earning before could make my life better a bit. But when that man said that I needed a guardian angel, I said, please, will you guide me through? He said, me, myself, I will not have your time, but look for a way around it yourself to solve it. And then I was having 2 colleagues who were actually into the same department, and they were being tensioned that they should bring results, So we go out, just get properties. We have properties, but we don't know how to sell it. We don't even know how to rent it. And the marketing manager then too was struggling. He got so busy because he has actually been the one doing most of the tasks. So he was unable to give us the jigs on how to sell and how to buy. So me and my 2 friends then, we're still friends now, and they are doing fine in real estate as well, because every one of them have actually set out on their own that they're doing very fine. Then we started to say, okay, what is the plan? Then we stylishly had to drill our marketing manager to at least give us a clue. So just give us a clue on how to sell a property or how to rent a property. You understand now? And the man looked at us and he said, you have to market online. We have to market online, sir. We thought maybe when we bring this property to the office, the property will automatically sell itself now. So how do we market online? You know, I said, you have the system with you and it's connected to the internet. So if that's the case, find a way of selling. At least you should be able to come up with those platforms where you can sell anything. And at that moment, when they said a platform where you can sell anything, the only platform that came to our mind then was OLX. Please, am I communicating? I want response from the chat department. If I'm audible and I'm communicating, please, I want it to be interactive a bit. Just 1 or 2 comments, I can easily proceed. All right, thank you very much. So then, he told me the only way, he told us to get a means of selling them. The only one that comes up, you remember OLS is always saying, sell anything. Then, so it wasn't even me that started it. The two of my colleagues, they said, okay, if that's the case, I will know what to do. And they went into our property files, bulletins, and pictures, and they picked some random, just some of the low budget properties we have. And they posted it on OLS. They posted, I think I remember, they posted one who is they posted a mini flat for rent in Lekki Phase 1. That was about 1.2 million then. They posted a 2-bedroom in Lekki Phase 1 about 1.8. And when they posted, they just opened with their own personal, what's it called? Their own personal email address, not even the company registered email for them. And in second morning, they just ran to me, guy. I said, what's going on? What's up, guy? I said, I'm having a client. I was like, it's a lie. Having a client. Where do you see it? He said, do you know what Mr. Kunle told us yesterday? I registered on OLS and I placed some of my properties there. And I'm telling you, we are going for inspection this afternoon. I said, wow, are you guys serious right now? He said, yes. Oh yeah, give me the story, blah, 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 blah. They brought out the story to me. Then I said, okay, if that's the case, because I'm actually a supervisor to them, then I said, if that's the case, I will not be left in the dark, guys. Oh yeah, how do we register for my own so that we can start the whole process? Immediately, I registered myself on OLS then so that I can be profitable to the organization, because that's the most important thing. Because right now I'm earning and I want to retain my earnings and I want to be useful. And the moment my organization is lacking behind in actually generating revenues and incomes, paying salary becomes difficult. Then the next thing we have to be, maybe the next thing is for them to lay us off. Then I have to start from the scratch. So it becomes, it's going to be a big burden on me again. That is what I'm trying to avoid. So I told my guys, okay, if that's the case, so yeah, the three of us will go for the inspection. They were like, oh yeah, now. To cut a long story short, we closed our first deal in a space of 1 week from when we got that information back then in 2014. That was how we closed our first deal. And it was actually going bit by bit. Then we got to know some other real estate platform we can register, which I will share with you. And I wish most of you know about it, but maybe you don't know how to utilize it up to now. Maybe that's why you're actually having situations around them. So to cut a long story short, the company started having financial issues after 6 months because of some financial decision they made that actually affected their revenues and incomes, and they ran into debt. And all of us started to start looking for possible place to actually go to. And unfortunately, I was opportuned to get another job before the company went bankrupt. And this is the hardest part of my life in real estate. Because let me tell you one thing in real estate, the moment you make a decision to be a real estate agent, you are going to be putting at least 70% dedication of your time and energy into it. You cannot sell easily without channeling a lot of energies, a lot of activities. The real estate is not the, what's it called, quick sale, or the MMM kind of, or the people that you meet along the way that tell you this thing will flush your GD out of your body in one time, all this quick strategy is not actually easy that way. It's cut across so many step-by-step guides before you can actually attain the particular place you want to get to. I told you before now that in this year so far, I've been involved in more than 30 real estate concluded sales from January to July. And I didn't just start selling easily. I follow some laid down principles of the industry. Because as far as real estate agency is concerned, there is actually a natural law that allows easier sales and easier conclusions of deals, which I'm going to share with you. And I'm not going to be taking much of your time. Now, to continue my short story, I lost that job and I got another job with a real estate company. And a month after I got a new job, I was on an assignment for this new job I had on the mainland. There is a particular property we need to sell. And I was asked to go for the inspections and do the normal real estate routine that I'm being employed to do. And on my way back, at the Lekki toll gate exactly, I had a very serious accident that almost claimed my 2 feet. And when I say serious accident, I mean a serious accident. It was the Lekki toll, the LCC ambulance that actually had to take me home. And the pain was so much. I had to get to the hospital overnight. And getting to the hospital, they told me the tears cannot be stitched anymore. We have to be coming to be dressing the wounds and all that, because I had bruises in front of my leg and at the back of my what's it called, my ankle. It was a bad one. And then third day, I couldn't report to work. And the third day, my boss then was a lady. She called in. Why are you not in the office? I said, Ma, I've been trying to reach you, but you've been busy. I had an accident. And as I speak to you, I can only stand on 1 foot. The second foot, I can't stand on it. And between me and you, when I got that job, I was given a phone. As I know, every office will actually provide you an office line and maybe a mobile telecommunication, whichever means they can actually make it comfortable for you. I was given a gadget, a laptop and a phone to work with. So this thing were actually in my Paco house while I was in the hospital. Because I got a job, I told you, baby, I've not changed from my Paco house, I'm still maintaining it. So my lifestyle is still being maintained. Then 4 days after again, he called. You are still not coming to the office. I was expecting my boss to at least send someone to check up on me, to at least say it's true or I'm lying. And the next thing she said was, I need you to send across every of the office gadgets that are with you. It's like you are not serious. I was like, wow. I lost my leg on my journey to serve you, on my journey to actually play my signed role when I was given your job, because there's a job description that was, so I was actually following my job description. And you are saying you are supposed to at least feel pity for me, man. He said, I don't want to know. That's a lie, blah, blah, blah. And the most painful part of that day, it was just 3 days now left for me to get my salary. And unfortunately, I didn't get a salary. The phone was taken off me. The laptop was taken off me. One of my friends, when I shared it with him then before I submitted those things, was like, guy, seize that phone. Don't give the phone back and the laptop. I was like, no, I'm a man of integrity. I always pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. I said, no matter how hard it might be, I will make sure I return every of his gadgets, and I will try to get my salary from her. But I couldn't get it. Now, there's no money to feed her. Then I have to resort to the boss that actually advised me months back. And I told him, boss, the idea you gave me, I tried it, it works though. But you can see right now I'm limping and I can't even go for inspections. So what do you think? Do you have any idea that you will give me again that will help me? Because if the wisest man cannot give me the wisdom I require, I think I can get it from the fool. That was my mindset then. And the boss said, Igboroni, don't worry. It's a Yoruba person, he said, Igboroni, we'll all get it together. We did together for you. So I lost the job. Then I now said to myself, if I can use all this energy to work for someone and I become unappreciated, what happens if I use same energy for myself and build myself up and build a company, a reputable one. That was my drive. Then I said, no matter what I face again, I will stop working for somebody. I think I am not being destined to work under somebody. If my first job could treat me so bad that as fine as the banking all is, when I take pictures and I post it on my BlackBerry, then my friends will like, oh, he's doing fine. But damn, I'm not doing fine. I'm suffering. But I look fine because the lightings in the bank is so beautiful. The AC is chilling. Maybe it's the AC that's actually making me look fresher. But I was actually inside, I was dying. You understand me now? So it was so tough. I said, if I could get the first job, it was tough. I get the second job. We were laid off because of bankruptcy. And the third job, I said, that means God is telling me, maybe you need to stand on your own. But standing on your own will be so difficult because there is a zero financial level. I'm at a zero financial capacity. There's no savings in the bank. I came from I will not say from an average home. I came from, I've had a single parent for many years, so there is no that. So I'm not part of those that enjoy fatherly love. You understand? That's always been my mom. And in a family of 5, so there's a little I can ask my mother. I'm supposed to be the one giving out right now, and not me disturbing her. So I remember I even crammed the salary period of one of my friends, Adebayo Emmanuel. And every time his salary comes in, I always say, guy, I bet you 3K. Recently, he still made mention of it. He said, guy, you remember that time you always call me for 3K? I said, guy, I remember. But now we are doing well. We just laugh it out. You understand? And I said, you know what? Guy, send me 3K. The guy will say, oh, guy, this salary said, no reach me, but I don't know if it do you. He sent me the 3,000 naira. Several occasions like that. It was so tough. Zero account balance, but a vision and a mission. Because I started drawing up my real estate questions, I started saying, okay, what can I venture into now to become great in life? And how can a son of nobody legitimately penetrate the real estate world without begging or without godfatherism? I said, okay, how can I have a stable financial life? How can I diversify? How can I spread out? These are questions that were coming to me when the worms in my tummy were actually almost eating up my intestine. I said to myself, I can't let go of my dreams, and I will not let my suffering decide my life. I will decide my life in my suffering. Then something came up to me. And what was that? He said, wait, Banji. I said, what's that? My spirit talking to me right now. He said, wait, you have been opportune to work with real estate company. I said, yes. There are some properties you have that has not been sold by those companies. Yes. What if you start selling them for yourself? I said, what if I'm actually being arrested by the company? Then the thing said, it's like, you are dull. You are not going to be arrested. Because those property you outsourced yourself is not actually a compulsory, what's the correct way to put it? It's not actually a property that has been, I'm trying to look for the best word, that maybe the company you were working with then is actually the sole owner, sole mandate of such property, because there are some of the properties we have there that are brought to this company that are not directly owned by the company. So I had to outsource. You know, there's something we call for the real estate people, you know what we call the mandate or principal mandate. We have the semi-mandate. So he said, you can start with the property that has semi-mandate to your company. You understand now? Then I remember OLS, I remember Nigerian Property Center, I remember Property Pro. Then WhatsApp status wasn't working, Instagram was not on then, all the social media platforms were not working then. Then I picked up those properties and I registered everything under my Gmail account, on my personal name now, on Olabanji@gmail.com. And most of the website internet platform were giving me just five open opportunities to put just 5 properties. So I stylishly, I will say I outsmarted them though. What did I do? I opened about 5 different accounts 5 different Gmails. You understand? Popoola Olabanji at Gmail, Popoola Ola at Gmail, Olabanji. I just opened 5 different emails so that I will be able to have 25 property assets in each of those platforms for me to be able to market. Then my trick worked. And mind you, when I'm saying I'm posting on Instagram, on Nigerian property, it's not that I have the money to post. I had to beg for those money, at least to be able to subscribe 200 MB. Then, having posted them, I'm still treating my leg. I still can't walk. And what happened? I started getting calls. You know, when you so much believe in yourself, and when you so much want something badly, the universe will start working around it to actually give it to you. You understand? So to that effect, I started getting answers to my problems. I started moving by faith. I started making the bold step, posting and waiting. Because in real estate, there's a waiting period. There's a grinding period. So all this time, I was grinding. Because, you know, one thing I always tell people, as easy as it is to do the mathematics of how much people earn in real estate, it is very, very hard for you to calculate the struggle of how they get there. You know, someone who is now selling big did not just start selling big. You understand? He went through a huge process. That's why most people who are just joining the real estate sector today as an agent, after 1 year, they backed out, they feel like it's hard. Yes, real estate is easy. It depends on your mindset. Real estate is also hard. It's all about your mindset. It depends on the angle you actually want to come out from. Now, I started getting leads, and this will be the starting of my real estate penetration strategy that I'm going to be sharing right now. I haven't faced the battle of life. And after being smart to open 5 different Gmail accounts for me to be able to post on internet, I chose the market where I will become relevant from. In real estate, we have 3 major markets for agents. The number 1 real estate market is the renter market. The number 2, we have the sales market. And number 3, we have the joint venture market. Now, if you are going into real estate, and if you have a good and reputable personality, you are already well-to-do, you can feed yourself, you have a good car, you are timely, I can tell you, you can start the real estate from the sales market. But if you're someone who is struggling with finances, you're someone who is struggling in getting leads and how to go about it, the easier way for you to generate more clients for yourself, more leads for yourself, is actually through the rental market. The joint venture market happens to be the most difficult market in the real estate sector, in real estate agency as of today. So me then struggling with my leg, wounded and being unable to walk, and God started giving me some clients from this platform. And when I tell you I started getting clients, I'm not talking about getting clients that are ready to rent a property of 10 million or renting a property of, I'm talking about clients that are renting a property of 1.2 million, 1.5 million, 2 million. Between me and you, in 2014, these people who could afford those rentals are actually earning well. So number 1, I penetrated the market by actually going after the average set of people to have them as my contact base. And one mistake you should never do if you are coming into real estate, your number 1 step-by-step guide, whether you close the deal or whether you don't close the deal, always save the number of whosoever must have contacted you. Because you don't know if the person has saved your number by Agent Osapa or Agent Lekki or Agent Enugu or Agent Port Harcourt. It must have saved your number by something, because for someone to have contacted you, that means you have a product. So maybe you close it or not. Save such contacts for references. It's very, very important. So now, having get into the market, I chose the average lifestyle people who could afford rentals. And I realized by my little experience working with a real estate firm, I realized there is more traffic on rentals. You should know Nigerian real estate situation right now, we are still unable to actually arrest the situation of, there's still a lot of people who are usually looking for where to buy, where to rent. Every day people are renting, every day people are moving out. There's lots and lots of people out there, regardless of the numbers of agents out there. Then I started getting leads. From my leads, I was unable to do the inspections. Then I contacted one of my friends, please, any painkiller I can use to go for inspections, because these are my tough time. And my friend introduced me to one particular drug. I think they said that drug for 20 naira. He said, just take 2 pills. He said, your pain will be off for 6 hours. I said, are you serious? Said, so at least I can afford 100 naira to buy those pills, so I will buy 5 of it. And anytime I have an inspection, because I was having pain, I was unable to even treat my legs as expected. But at least I was struggling to make, I said, I will not borrow. By fire, by force, I will not be indebted to anybody. I will face it. If it has to me for me to go into the street and just form some kind of style. So then I was even funding my lifestyle by being, what was it called? A cafe attendant, not like a full-time, like a contract. So there's a particular cafe beside my place then. When I go to it, and I see there are a lot of people doing CV, and the attendance is so slow, I will just tell the guy, let me assist you now. Because at least I can type very fast when using the laptop. Before you know, I must have done about 5 or 6 CVs. And he will be so impressed. He was like, oh, thank you. When I'm leaving this, maybe I was at work for 30 minutes. Yeah, bros, just take 500. That 500 now, I will keep it. I will now analyze how to use it. What I will need to eat for breakfast and lunch, and now I have to, in case I have a client, I will save some 200 for bikes and movements. Like he said, I have to face my fear by all means. You understand right now? So then I take those pills, I go out, I started getting clients. And I wasn't closing them. I still wasn't closing those deals. It was still hard. So I said to myself, if I'm not closing these deals, what strategy will I use? Then I realized, for everybody that contacted you for your real estate service, have it at the back of your mind that he or she has actually contacted someone else. So in real estate, there's a place of readiness. There's a place of readiness, which means a place of what? Preparation. If you are getting to be known as a real estate agent, there's a place of you to now have your products on ground before you get to the user. Because then I realized when someone said he needs this property and I take him out to see those properties, it will feel like, this is not up to my status. I want something better. I want something better. And at the end, before I know, when I call him second day, madam says, oh, sorry, I have to see something else yesterday. And actually, I like the place I saw. I will feel so bitter, like, oh, I lost that man. But I saved those contacts. I kept those contacts in my phone. I will not omit them. Because I said, I've chosen this strategy to enter into the real estate market. I have to keep having these people. So for me to be able to close those deals, I'm talking about rentals, I'm not talking about sales now. For me to be able to be better off, I decided to use another real estate leverage. And that is leveraging on your professional colleague, leveraging on a trustworthy colleague, leveraging on a smart colleague. You leverage on a diligent colleague in real estate. Because in real estate, there are some things you can even do most things on your own. It's not easy. The moment you want to be the island of knowledge, you're going to lose it all. So I decided to start leveraging on my colleagues. And let me tell you, up to date, I think I've been able to work with maybe about 10 real estate specialists. I picked them. I select them one after the other. So whenever I have a client, then what will I, I've exhausted my list of products that I've shown, and I can see that this person is still seeming as if he's not satisfied. Then I get my colleagues to be involved. Because if I have 20 properties and my colleague has another 20 properties, if I'm able to take the client through about 5 or 6 of different properties, I'm going to close up on them. That was my strategy then. And that was how I ventured into the real estate fully on my own. I remember changing different names and all that. Now, let me go deeply into some of those things I will need to talk on now. I think I'm communicating.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Guys, can we have your yeses? Yeah, are we here? Are we here? Are we getting the message? Is it making sense? Are you learning from the story? Had an accident, both legs were almost gone. Still was on the street, guys. Still was on the street, man. That's a lot. All right, makes sense. So Banji, guys, I enjoy your section. So please move on.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so I wrote something here. I said, to be a successful real estate agent, based on my little experience so far, since I've been in the industry, to be a successful real estate experience, you must be able to answer what to do. That's number one. What to do as a real estate agent answers your questions of the practice of real estate, what to do. You get to understand the specific applications that fit specific circumstances. You understand? Why doing real estate? There are some specific applications that fit specific circumstances. I made mention of one thing. I said, when I was unable to close the deal, I leveraged on my colleagues to give me the strength, to give me the backup. And I was closing rent. I remember the first rent I did after I stood on my own was from a very good friend of mine. And I've even forgotten that the deal is still on. And he just called me, he said, guy, he said, I have a good news. I said, what's that? He said, that woman has rented the 2-bedroom flat. I said, which woman? He said, the client will send to me now. I said, are you serious right now? And he said, okay, send your account, let me send you money. And the guy sent me 80,000 naira. Oh my God, I had my pounds. Guys, I had my pounds back, man. I was like, guy, you are trustworthy, thumbs up for you. You understand? I leverage on it. And that person I'm talking about happens to be the only agent I have up to date that if I'm to count one way or the other, both of us have participated in more than $1 billion transaction together. Because of that single trustworthy that I found in him. It was so upright. I wasn't expecting it. But it took me on the for you to have trusted me to even leave your client to me. He said, I understand you are passing through pain, but you at least, you still give it out to me. He was so impressed and he called me back and he gave me that money. Now, rule number one, when you're finding it difficult to do real estate and you're finding it difficult to close a deal, capitalize on or leverage your colleague. That's number one. Now, going back to what to do. which I said the specific application. Now, I was able to adhere to that specific application of actually consulting my colleagues to actually help me in that circumstances, which I find myself. And there's another question you need to answer, aside from the question of what to do in real estate. For you to be able to sell, for you to be a sales guru, you must talk about why to do. You're doing real estate because of one thing. You know, one thing I believe helped me to actually break through in real estate is not about the money in real estate. If I'm going to talk about the money in real estate, that is actually what maybe it falls under the category of what to do. I do real estate because I want to earn money. But what about why to do? Why to do is the element upon which application of practices in real estate are built, the principle around real estate. You find yourself meeting several clients and you're not concluding a deal. It's not about you going to find one person to check it. No. Have you adhered to the principle? The principle of real estate is the why. The principle of real estate is the why. And in the real estate principle, that is where the part of the consistency falls in. Why am I doing real estate? I chose myself, I said, because I want to do real estate is because I want to have my fingerprint on every possible homes on the island of Lagos. I have been homeless and I live in this, but I want somebody that is living a luxurious life in Lekki Phase 1 in Ajah, in any part of Lekki Phase 1, Banana Island, Ikoyi. We say, I know of one guy called Olabanji. He got me this land. He got me this building. This is a building of legacy. Do you know the agent that actually sold this property? It's been sold by 360 Lux Limited agents. I know what I call that. Those are my why. My why are my principles. They are my inspirations. It's not about the money. Because when I got my why correctly, when I was able to build around the principle of how to sell real estate, it's become easy for me to earn money. Because it is from your why principle in real estate that makes people to trust you. It is from your why principle that gives you the capacity to conclude deal. Now, going back to what I call the what to do, rule number 1. In real estate, what to do is actually to do what? To rent property, is actually to sell property, is actually to conclude joint venture deals. These are what to do. You earn money. That's a simple theory that comes to everybody's brain. Earn money. And what to do? How do you get what to do in real estate? Number 1, you must get the right product. The right product to sell. Are you with me, guys?
Yes, please.
Right product to sell. You must always get it right. Some briefs that come to you. When you see, sometimes I laugh at some briefs. Let me give you an example of a funny brief. Someone posted to my timeline and said, hello, sir, please, I have a client who wants 40 units of 3-bedroom flat to rent in Lekki, and they must be together in one building. It is a multinational company. Like such brief, I don't waste my time on them. You know, because in real estate, as little experience I've gathered, there are categories of how you profile a client to be serious. You know, when I'm actually selling real estate to you, I sell to your emotion, I sell to your investment idea, I sell to what's it called? So how much yourself, how much you know about real estate. And once I'm doing all these things, before I embark on actually working on any real estate briefs, I actually put myself in that shoe. Because most real estates that you're looking at is actually being, because categorically we have home real estate, maybe people buying to live in, but most people that buy real estate actually for investment purposes. So now, if most people are buying for investment purposes and a multinational company is coming to you and needed 40 units, someone must have closed it, fine. I've never had that story before. But someone to have come to me and said, you need 40. I need to come to 40 units of apartment to rent. I will ask a simple question. Did you say it's a multinational company? Yes, 40 units, if you put the rent down in Lekki phase 1, maybe a unit is about 5 million. If these people, are you telling me these people cannot afford to buy a land and decide to start building it yourself? Why would they want to actually get 40 units? Because they know it's unrealistic. And you see people running around, and before you know, you are wasting your time on briefs that are not closable. And because you are not, there is no way you can even get the right product for such briefs. So in setting out your what to do, you must actually get the right product to sell in real estate. And if you are going to be the one to penetrate the real estate like myself using the rentals, because I jumped from renting to short let. From short letting, I jump into land sales. From land sales, I jump into home sales and all that. And today, I am more known as an off-plan seller. Like my friends will always call me. He said, you are the one that sell fourth floor and fifth floor, and the person will like, I will just be using your hand to describe that on the second, fourth floor, that is where your own house. And the person will be looking like, this is just an empty land, but we are selling it. Because we have the right thing to sell. Are you with me, guys? So now, yes. Number one thing, you need to get the right product to sell. In real estate, you must be able to do your own market visibility for you to know the happening places. There are some happening places, there are places that are being demanded for. In any location you find yourself, maybe you are in Akure, maybe you are in Ekiti, maybe you are in Enugu, you're in Anambra, you're in Port Harcourt, you're in Lagos, you're in Abuja. There is always a place that is always being sought after by investors, by homeowners, people that want to buy for their personal families and all that. These are categories of homes you should go after, not any kind of houses. Like myself, if you go to my timeline, you can find about 6 or 7 properties for a long period of time because I'm dedicating my time to those properties. I'm not the type that markets everything that everybody markets. That's not my own strategy. I don't market what everybody is marketing because I wouldn't want to go on my page and see this particular property I'm marketing and I can see about 50 to 100 agents marketing saying, that means that is not giving me a leverage to be able to sell those property conveniently. But when I have the right product to sell, I have the property in my hand. And if at all I see such property in any platform, that means it must have been coming out from my desk to every other people that is marketing it. That is having the right product. It's under the what to do. Now, I haven't gotten what to do, which is I haven't gotten the right property to sell. And you can only get the right property to sell by, number one means of getting property to sell. Number one is you get property to sell through, what's it called? Sourcing for the property. You have to source for property. I told someone yesterday, I think it's me and Sam, I was talking, and I told him, I said, most mistakes some people make is that the next income they are going to earn is even beside their house, but they don't know. He tried to ask me how. I said, because even in my house where I'm living, in my estate, if I'm driving past my estate and I saw a building under construction and I'm about to find the owner there, the first question I asked him is, sir, are you selling or you want to live there? I will not overlook it. Same thing applies. Nobody will beat you if you walk up to them and ask them if their property is up for sale. They won't beat you. Since it's up for sale, they will give you audience. And especially for those that are actually motorable, because at least we started from the scratch. There was no car, we were jumping bikes, we're sweating under our armpits, even with roll-ons and everything. It's always very hectic. You understand? For people that are actually driving, it's even easier for you to actually drive your car to any destination, any product location, talk with any of the property owners, compared to when someone is sweating furiously to a particular location to get a brief. There's difference. But we passed through the stage of sweating furiously to get briefs, and we've been listened to. That is why your communication skills in real estate has to be sharp. As a real estate consultant, you are a consultant. Don't look at yourself as an agent. You know, sometimes it got to a particular point, I started getting pissed off when I'm becoming an agent. But I realized, I said, no, it's my calling. I'm an agent, actually. That's who I am. But I started polishing it. I say I'm a realtor, but we never had a realtor certificate in Nigeria. The only thing we have is we have the Institute of Balua and the Lagos State Real Estate. I think there's a sector in real estate where you can join and all that. But in terms of maybe real estate certificate and all that, in terms of being a realtor, I think it's more applicable to the Western world. You understand? But I decided to polish it and said, okay, I think I'm a real estate consultant. So the consultancy stick to my head until you believe when someone requests for a property from you, until you have that mindset of that you are consulting for that person, it's to close such deals becomes easy. Now, number two, when you've been able to outsource for property, you should be ready to outsource for property because you must have enough property on your desk if you want to sell property. If you're just a newbie, you're just coming into the property, you must have enough property on your desk. Because enough property on your desk is what will give you more leverage to know many property owners. Because when people buy from you, they might want to resell. You are going to be the first contact. That guy that sold it for me, let me contact him for him to resell for me. So you must be able to acquire a lot of property, regardless of maybe it is right property or not. Then after getting enough property, this is then you pinpoint the ones you are ready to channel all your energies on. Now, that is, we are still under what to do. Now, under the what to do, you haven't got the property to sell. The next thing you do is to market the property. And how do you market the property? Marketing property these days has become so easy. Number one, people tend to use the social media and the internet. And when I'm talking about the internet, I can vividly tell you today, the number one internet real estate website that has helped my life, that has given me most of my greatest connection, is no other than Nigerian Property Center. I want you to have that at the back of your mind. NigerianPropertyCenter.com. You didn't pay for the advert anyway, but I will give them for free because they've actually impacted my life positively. When you have enough product to sell, you need to post some of these your products on the internet. And the easier way to draw more recognitions is usually on 3 platforms: the social media platforms, what's it called, the internet platforms, and the one that works fine now. That's why I think you should save all contact of people that comes to you is your WhatsApp status. On my WhatsApp status this year, I've been able to conclude at least 4 or 5, I think 4 to 5 5 sales only from my WhatsApp status. Most of you use your WhatsApp to post memes, and you say you are a real estate agent. You are the one that goes to all Instagram page to copy every of the funny memes, every of the 2D not posts, forgetting that you want to sell a property. For you to be consistent, everybody that wakes up in the morning that see your status must know this guy is frustrating my timeline with houses. By God's grace, I will buy something from him. You must never get tired of who you say you want to be. If you choose to be a real estate agent, you must always, by every means, use all channels that is applicable to your life to let people know. Social media, internet is actually the fastest way of getting leads and product and conversion and getting to know more agents these days. If you want to know more agents and you're looking at, you're struggling to get more agents to know you, you have to get online, get on NPC, register yourself and pay premium session. At least they still have a premium of 10,000, 5,000, 8,000, and give you about 100 plus properties to post. Your property will be on premium. That is when people go online, when people are just surfing the internet randomly, your property pops up on every of the pages they find you. They connect with you. From there, you are getting leads. And once you are getting leads and you have enough property, haven't sourced for enough, conversion becomes easier. Most of you go to social programs and events, even your clubs and lounge you go to, people don't even know you are an agent. People don't know you are a consultant and you want to sell. I remember a popular lounge I usually visit in Lagos. When the guy was to buy a land that he wants to use to build, I was the one he contacted because I let him know this is what I do. You must not keep quiet. The easiest and the perfect way of getting referrals in real estate is through social programs and events that you go to. And aside, I haven't done that. You connect with direct property owners. The property sourcing will open your doors to meeting developers and all that. You meet corporate property owners, you meet family owners and all that. And before you know it again, and another thing, when you are trying to get property, especially on this island, one of the breakthrough I had is I was able to get myself into the Omoniles. You know when they say Omoniles, I mean the royal family. The royal family also, they play an important role in giving you quality leads. You understand now? And when royal family gives you land to sell, you should know that about 150 people must have heard about it. So you have to tighten up your seatbelts and start to run. You have to get the sale out because if you can call them, they can tell you sold. So, but because they pay you a good percentage, if you sell for them, they will tell you your 5% is 5% in terms of sales. Are you with me, guys? So that is the part of the what to do. What to do is getting the product that you want to sell right. Haven't gotten the product to sell right, then what's it called? Spread the news as much as you can. Now, the part of the why to do, which I call the element upon which applications and practices are built, is the principle of real estate. The principle of real estate boils down to trustworthiness and capacity. Maybe you should note that out. The principle of closing deals in real estate boils down to trustworthiness and capacity. When you meet your first client in life, if you have ever met anybody, the moment he sees that you're a trustworthy person, he likes you. But he might not buy from you if you have a low capacity. I told you before, I said there was a time I was being trustworthy. The client that contacts me, they always want to close the deal, but I've become incapacitated because I exhausted my list. I was not getting the right property because I have no capacity. I'm not getting the kind of property they require. And aside from that, I am not good in my negotiation skills, which is, it becomes terrible then. So I have to learn through. And again, as a real estate agent, I wasn't good in understanding real estate documentations and document titles. Those are challenges. Those are why we call it the principles of real estate, which are the why to do. Your trustworthiness and capacity, your negotiation skills, your communication skills, your timeliness, your empathy. Those are natural principles upon which our life is boils down to. I always tell people, I said, the only mistake a client that is not ready to buy from me will make is not to meet me one-on-one. But as far as you want to buy property and you have the money, if I meet you, I will sell to you. Even if you have 30 agents, if we have 30 professional agents, no be juju be that. It's not about, it's not pride. It's what we've learned over the couples of years. We've been learning this for over 8 years. I got to understand real estate to a particular level whereby I school lawyers, property lawyers. I tell them what to do when I have deals with some of their clients. Am I audible enough? I think someone will say audio. That's his question. Okay,
I can hear you. Guys, can you hear him? If you can hear him, just type yes, 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 please. You can hear him. I can hear him here. Please, if you can hear him, just type yes. So that we know that everyone is being carried along, please. Okay, yes, yes, yes. All right, good. All right, so the person that has an audio problem, please just log in and come back again. Thank you. So, guys, we said we're going to end by 10. We are going to end by 10. Don't worry. So, in like 8 minutes' time, Mr. Banjo will end the section that we can have our Q&A. So by 9:45, wrap up, and then we can have our Q&A. So, guys, thank you for staying with us this long. Thank you.
So guys, I wish I could actually put my brain and put it out there for people to know about how to now, like some people that want to improve on sales, it's still under the question of your why to do. You've already got the jigs. You've already understand that for you to sell real estate, you have a property. If you have the property, you have to market it. Once you have marketed, you have to get leads. And if you want to market it, who do you market to? Like every Instagram and Facebook have their algorithms of sales, the process you have to pass through. You understand now? Every what's it called? Conventional means of sales also has their own principle and guidelines we pass through. If you are able to analyze this principle very well, selling becomes easy. Okay, let me give you a sample of an emotional sales. Now, the first real estate sales I did was actually coupled with number one, like the part of which I said capitalize on or leverage on your colleague, and an emotional sales. Then I told you I stumbled to the real estate rentals, and then one time I had to do a short let with one prominent person, and I was going to stay in that apartment for 12 days, and then, based on how short let business works, you're not meant to be paid a commission. If you're doing a short let, you're only meant to mark up so that you can get your own money. So I've already marked up about some particular amount of money for the numbers of 12 days, but fortunately, the manager that was supposed to assist in the process was not on seat. So the receptionist actually flopped up my deal and gave them the actual rates. And I now had to iron out with the manager that I have to pay. And right in front of this man, the manager said, "Sir, you know the way things work, but I'm going to give you 14,000 naira." And I was like, 14,000 naira? For making you such amount of money, this person is paying over 500,000 naira now for over 12 days that he's using. And I didn't get furious because I'm very humble to act. So I don't like to fight people, to step on people's toes. And the man looked at me, he said, Banji, don't worry. Sorry about that. I understand how business works. I said, no, voila. Then to cut a long story short, it was after he paid for the short that he was about to go, and he said, "Hey, this is my first time in Lekki Phase 1. Where is the nice place for us to eat?" And I said, "Sir, if that's good, let me take you out to someplace." And I collected the 14,000 from the manager, and we moved. Against where we were going to eat, they ordered for their meal and some drinks. And I had to eat. And he was about to leave. And I just said to them, and they brought the bill, and they were about to dip their hands. And I said, "So don't worry, I will pay for the bill." And the man looked at me. I'm talking about emotional sales now, selling to someone's emotion. This person is renting, actually. But I have actually seen the caliber of person he is. And I paid. The man looked at me and said, "Are you trying to insult me?" I said, "Sir, I'm not insulting you. I'm just trying to know you. And if it's like an insult, I'm so sorry. But please permit me to pay for this meal." He said, "But it was right in front of me. You said you're supposed to earn about 60K. And this man is giving you 14,000. I said, "Sir, it's a business. I'm always expecting disappointment so as not to be disappointed anytime it occurs." He said, He said, "That's it." And I paid the bill. And if you ask me about the bill is actually 12,600 naira out of the 14,000 I had. And I paid. And I was
so
about
you made a profit of 1,002, right?
A profit of 1,004, I think, yeah.
Oh, in a deal of 500,000 naira. That's fantastic.
Exactly. And the man was like, come. He said, I didn't save your number before, but because of what you've done, I will save your number. He said, no matter what happens, any day I have money and I want to buy, I will call you. Guys, to cut the long story short, I have sold 5 properties to this man in a space of 5 years. That's what I call a place of emotional sales. You understand? I was able to sell to his emotion and I leverage upon it. The first sale I made was from this man. I was sleeping in my house. I was even broke then. And I just said, they call, hello, is this Olabanji? I said, yes. I said, where are you? I said, I'm in the I said, can you get me a land? I'm on my way from Kurodun. I said, which kind of land? He said, anywhere. I just have 50 million to use. I said, are you serious? I don't have any land on me then. He quickly arranged to meet a friend. A friend, a colleague that I know is doing well, the one I told you shared more than billions of naira transactions. And I told him, and waking up, even my friend was waking up with a bottle of beer. I think he just closed the deal. And he said, I have land. He started roaming about. And from land, we diverted him to actually go for a building. We negotiated and he later bought a building. And I'm telling you, that was the first time I made 1.5 million naira in one deal. And that was the day I became so much encouraged. I was so much that thing, so that means there is something in real estate that can make you a multi-millionaire. So I can earn 1.5 million in one deal. I will put my life at it, no matter what it is. You understand? That is the part of emotional sales. There is a part of investment sales. If you meet a client, one thing that is important is when you are meeting a client as a newbie, you must be able to actually qualify his status. Know what he might want, how he might want it, to which style he will want it. But most of us make the mistake of actually running around and trying to get the property by getting the brief. You can actually change someone's mind from what he wants to buy to what you have. It's just because you've been able to qualify a status, which is very important in business. That is called analyzing your clients. You analyze your clients based on his status. And once you analyze your client, you'll be able to portray a good product to your client. So, and one last thing before I go, which I always keep to tell people, in real estate requires activity. No matter how well you want to sell, how well you want to purchase real estate requires activities. And the activities requires consistency. Consistency is the key. The consistency opens the door to your exposure and it increases your opportunity in real estate. The more you keep on letting people know what you do, you are getting more exposed. The consistency is an auto readiness in business. You understand? You have been weighed at times before you are connected to something. You are auto ready. That is being consistent. You are always consistent. So consistency in posting your properties on platforms that you think is working. And another thing, as a newbie, please, no matter what you are doing, understand the rules, the principle of competitive strategy. When you go to people's page and you see them selling, when you go to people's, when you get to know people and you see them making good deals, and learn their strategy. If it's working for them, if you actually duplicate it, it will surely work for you. Duplicate strategies. If it's working for Mr. A, it will surely work for you too. Once you are able to align the normal real estate, the natural law, the natural principle of life in real estate, you are being trustworthy and you have the right capacity. Because to me, number one thing I said to you is my integrity. When I'm selling real estate to you, I don't lie. I tell you the whole truth. That is why I can even sell water in Ekati when there is no land. Because I remember when Ekati was selling and the whole place was waterlogged. And the man was telling me, this is water. I said, sir, if you are looking at water, the same water you are looking at now will be city tomorrow. Give it 1 year. We sell lands whereby we identify survey drawings by pairs inside the water, and the person will still buy. So I'm leaving you with this, guys. In anything you do in real estate, you must be consistent. You must understand your what to do and why you are doing it. And you must understand the principle that applies to every human nature on how you can persuade them to trust you and to see you as being competent. With this, it becomes easy for you to convert your products into conclusion, into deals. So right now, I'll be opening the floor for questions. If there's any questions for me, I'm ready to answer so as not to take your time. There are a lot of things I would like to share though, but still, I will still have to work with the time. There's a lot. Because if I have to start telling you different stories about completing the first deal, how I had the hardest deal, how I was able to complete a 24 hours deal, even a 6 hours deal, even an instant deal. Have you had an instant deal before? Someone would walk to a property and you tell them this is the property, and then they will say, send me the account number now. Because you've been able to put him through the right process, the whole information you might want to need and want to scare them before you died. You've disseminated the information and you've planted it in his brain. And he looks at you and says, I think this guy is right. I've sold so many properties. I've sold so many properties that lawyers are not involved. I know some people will say, before you buy property in Lagos, you must involve your lawyer. I have acted in the position of a lawyer for somebody. Either without being a property lawyer and without even being what's it called, a court to bar barrister. Because so many times I've met lawyers that try to spoil my deals, and I will have to school the lawyers that as far as real estate is concerned in Lagos, sir, I have every information you want to know. So don't argue with me when I tell you this thing I'm telling you is right. It's a place of being factual in speaking with your clients. They want to see that confidence in you. Your confidence convinces your client to believe that I think he knows what he is doing. I'm not that kind of person that one lawyer will push right and left. No. If you meet me, if I'm going to have a deal with me and you say you have a strong lawyer, bring it on. I will welcome the lawyer because I'm ready to answer every damn question. I will give you a listening ear and I will take you back to everything I believe is right about the property. And when you think you are still wrong, I will tell you why you are wrong and why I am right. So I open the floor to everybody. If you have any questions for me, I'm willing and able to take it right now. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Okay, guys, this is fantastic. If you feel that, okay, okay, just check your emails. Check your email. Okay, guys. So please, before the questions start rolling in, guys, if you've enjoyed this section, I might even said there is no time to say everything, right? Please, guys, if you enjoyed this section, I want a thumbs up. Drop a thumbs up in the chat, or probably just a yes, or a clap, an emoji, just to appreciate. Yeah, guys, come on. Bring it on, guys. Okay. I'm seeing the thumbs up everywhere. Everywhere is blasted with thumbs up, guys. Yeah, man. You see, guys, this is one of the reasons I love Lagos Business School. You know what? The kind of lecturers you have are not the ones that will go and read books and come and tell you what to do in business. The kind of lecturers you have in Lagos Business School are the Dangotes, are the $100, right? Are the Fela Durotoyes, people that are in business, that are meeting. You can't tell you, so like they're in the field. So to cram to pour. This time around, we are leveraging people's experiences, right, to learn. And please, guys, this is not the time to go, because a lot of you are going to be asking questions that other people can actually learn from. So, guys, just stick around. So for me, I feel it's really okay. People are already raising their hands. Don't worry, I will unmute you. You are going to talk. I feel it's actually amazing, guys. Just let me drop this quick, guys. I was discussing with Banji a month ago, and it was like one of his friends called him, the presidential accountant, and then Banji, come to accounting, come and do accounting. Maybe some people just love to live a low-key life. I'm sure most of you are missing Mr. Banji for the first time. He just wants to do the low-key. I'm the growth manager that is putting him in the public. And the friend said, Banji, come to accounting, like your annual salary is 3.4 million naira. If you can come, like I can secure that job for you now. And Banji laughed. And Banji was like, guy, you said I should come and collect 3.4 million naira in a year. That is what I make in a week. And guys, it's out of humility, please. And he just had to let the guy know that, see, I've made up my mind to stay in this field, and it's paying off. So you've heard the story. So guys, I'm opening the floor for the question and answer in the next, in 1 minute time. So I just really want to make a request, please, guys. I don't want you guys to be let out of any opportunity we have. Please. We have an affiliate program we are running at 360 Lux Limited. So our affiliates program is such that people come on board with us, we sell property together and they get a commission for selling property for us, right? And it has been amazing. We have people doing it already. Yeah, then, yeah. So, of course, after now, you fill a feedback form. They also follow our IG page. Also, we are also in a we are opening a recruitment process in the pipeline. Some of you guys who probably are looking for the best way to start, guys, this is an opportunity for you. Then, guys, August 4, 360 Lux will be officially 5 years old. Now, unofficially, right? Coming from the trenches, we are 8 years old, but officially, but we made our first 1, 2, and went to register with CAC. You know, I'm only joking, guys. So when we made our first 80,000, and I went to register with CAC. Till now, we are 5 years old, guys. And as you can hear it, Mr. Olabanji personally has closed over 7 billion in deal. And now imagine what the company has closed. All right, guys. So I'm going to be taking questions now. So I'm seeing one Samsung SMG920A. So I'm going to be unmuting the mic. Mr. Banji, if you are here, please, you may need to unmute your mic too. So yeah, you can unmute yourself now. Samsung.
Okay.
Samsung, you can unmute yourself now and ask your question. Okay. Samsung raised his hand and or her hand and is not here. It's fine. Maybe when it's back. So, guys, if you have any questions, just raise your hand. So let me read some questions from this place. My question, okay, Victor Walla, how do you avoid property fraud? That is question number 1. How do you avoid property fraud? The question 2, you didn't talk about property documentation.
Okay, let me quickly address that in the space of 3-4 minutes. To avoid property fraud, thank you for that question. I was going to say that I've been involved in several land and property sales for years and have not been defrauded by any chance, nor have I been asked to face EFCC or Kirikiri. Now, there are easier ways for you to avoid property fraud. Number 1 is that you must know the property you want to sell very well. And how do you know the property you want to sell very well? Number 1, that is about knowing the property documentation. Most thing I do when I want to sell land, aside from you presenting to my office the governor's consent title or the root title, which could be a global CFO or the personal CFO document, I have an in-house person in the land registry in Lagos State, which is actually a surveyor. I bring him down. So for me to avoid property fraud, I always make sure a surveyor resharts whichever land or property I'm buying. Once it's been resharted, in less than 5 to 4 hours, they get back to me to tell me this property is actually free from encumbrance and it belongs to so-so person. When it's shutting, provided I will not give him the details of whosoever, or the document details that have been given to me, so that it will not be as if he's actually sending me back the information I gave to him. So I just want him to send me the details of whatsoever thing he must have brought. So bring a surveyor to shut the land or the building to make sure it's free from all encumbrances. And aside that, I haven't gotten the property document. There's something we call genuine property verification in Alausa. This is a stage whereby the document, the original document, is taken to land registry to verify that it is actually it's actual property. Maybe it's a governor's consent, it's the CFO. When you get Alausa, they make sure this property tallies with the one they have. With this, that means you know you're actually buying from the right owner. I'm telling you, in lands in Lagos, there are some people that close property, they close CFO, they close governor's consent to you to make it look as if you own it. But with property shutting, once you've shuttered it, it will give you the exact person who owns the property. And I haven't done that. You take the normal documents for actual verification in lands, which by it shows you the actual owner of the property. Number 1. And number 2, you asked me, I didn't talk about property documentation. In the property documentation, as easy as ABC. Number 1, we have the CFO, and we have the global CFO, then we have the governance content, which actually is the supreme of all. And beneath all these ones, that is where we have the deed of assignment. You can talk about the gazette, you can talk about the decision, or you can talk about free from acquisition. You understand? This talking about property documentation is actually another talk entirely because it's wide, it's broader. You understand now? So this is just an entry webinar. If you're entering into real estate, it's an entry webinar, so I will not be able to touch all possible places of interest that pertains to your questions. But about property documentation, the most decent property you should buy from is a property that has a governance consent. The one that has a C of O, the one that has a deed of assignment. You can buy from the Gazette because all this title has meanings. And the problem of document title is that the ability, when you buy a property with a good title, it gives you the ability to register such title in your own easily. But when you buy a property that is actually having property documentation issues, for you to actually perfect it to your own name becomes difficult because you have to undergo a long and a waiting period. You understand? If you're buying a deed of assignment for someone that from a previous owner, there's a step-by-step guide. You want to buy, I want to sell the land to you, I have only a deed of assignment. I cannot issue you a deed of assignment again. I have to go back to the previous place that assigned me a deed of assignment before I can be able to sell such properties to you. So there are some of these processes that you need to know. Once you know all these things, it becomes easier for you. So documentation in real estate is actually another topic entirely. Maybe we have to join up a webinar whereby we can ask people to join again for that talk so that it can be easier for you to understand property documentation and how to avoid being defrauded in property business and how to avoid conflict as a realtor when the time comes. So I can be able to answer that too with the limited time we have. Which other questions do we have?
All right, guys. So please, guys, before we take on other questions, you can check the chat. Okay, thank you, Mr. Victor Ewala. Please check the chat. We've dropped 3 links. I drop a link for your feedback. Please follow the link and drop feedback about this webinar. Then for those who want to join our affiliate program, I drop a link. Please follow the link also to join our affiliate program. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at 360 Loss Limited. Job opportunities will be posted there and other opportunities and openings and partnership deals. All right. So someone is asking, Oladele said, when you talk about putting our 70% attention into real estate when we are starting up, if I'm correct, how do we go about it? Maybe he's a full-timer. So just let me assume maybe he works elsewhere, right? And probably he has a 9 to 5. So how do you expect such people to put their 70%? And if they don't have 70%, let me elaborate. What is this penetration strategy you feel that can still actually pay off for them? Oladele, am I correct?
Okay. To answer Mr. Oladele's question, when I talk about putting your 70% attention to it, what I mean is that, real estate is broad. And the moment you choose the channel you want to penetrate the market from, you have to devote all your time. Because number one, if you are doing a 9 to 5 job, you cannot be a real estate. You can easily affiliate, just like this program we are saying now. You have a 9 to 5 job, you can affiliate with a reputable real estate company, whereby when you have a client, there's an ASA, someone wants to buy a property, you can easily tell them you're affiliated with this real estate company and they are good. Once they sell and they're able to conclude such transaction, they give you a particular percentage as agreed in the agreement that's been signed. You understand? That is for those. But if you want to do real estate properly on a full time, you actually need 70% attention. 70% attention means you wake up in the morning, you take it as, because when I'm saying 70% attention, maybe for those that have not actually practiced under any real estate firm. But if you are practiced under any real estate firm, it's even easier for you. But if you're not practiced on any under any real estate firm and you want to jump into the market easily, you even need 100% attention. Because number one, you're taking it as a full-time job. Because number one, you have to go out every day and look for new properties that is springing up. I haven't gotten tired. You have to post all those properties on every of the possible platforms where you can sell them. And I haven't posted them. You are not just going to post them and sleep. You will follow up with them. See, I'm the kind of person, you can never see my Instagram page, you can never see my WhatsApp status, and you will see unread message. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm so glued to my phone in such a way that I respond to every lead immediately. Because I told you before, the same person asking you of a property is not asking only you, he's asking about 5 to 6%. And the moment you have actually played away your time, and someone who is very ready has actually engaged such clients, you will not be reckoned with anymore. You will be the last, you will now be there, will get back to you family. When you can actually, well, so if you want to have a grip on it, you have to put all your dedications, your time in terms of looking for the property, right property to buy, posting it, promoting them, paying for premium, what's it called? Subscriptions on all internet platforms. These are what takes your time. Then you use the remaining 30% to relax and to be waiting. That's what I mean by 70% attention, because you can't want to do it. It's just like example for someone that is actually into crypto trading. You cannot open a trade and go and sleep. You can wake up and all your income is gone. You know, if you have someone that does cryptocurrency here, if you open a trade, you have to monitor it, you have to time it, regardless of maybe you are setting a take profit or take loss whatsoever, but you still have to monitor it so that you don't actually fall victim. That's the same thing in real estate. When you have product to sell, you need to monitor your product, because that is what you want to sell. You have any other thing to sell than those things you put online. So when the leads come, follow up. Don't waste your time. Don't put it on the footer. Then when you start having money, you start employing people to assist you. That's what I mean by 70% attention. I hope I've been able to actually address that.
Okay, that's fine. So another question from Bukola Joseph Adegboyega asked, do you have program that impart consultants with good knowledge of land documents?
Sam, you should be able to answer that now. You're in charge of growth and innovations.
Yes, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. So we'll send a mail as touching that Bukola. You can just send Feyi your personal email. Feyi can just request for your personal email as well. Okay. Okay. Oriogoni Peter Noah, I think he joined late due to network. He was asking, I'm a newbie, how do I start? So Peter, we are recording this webinar. You might need to listen to it again, right? Mr. Banji, is that correct?
That's very correct. We've been able to at least throw some little points as much as we can as a newbie, how you can start, because I too started as a newbie, and we are here, we are where we are today. You understand? So if you listen to the webinar from scratch, you can be able to pick some points on how to enter into the market. And one last thing, I want to share something, please. This escaped my mind. I'm so sorry. Sorry, we are overshooting our time. For those that want to enter the real estate market through the sales channel, if you want to enter the real estate market through the sales channel, the easiest way, you know, I'm talking from the island of Lagos now, especially, because that's our jurisdiction mostly. We have 80% of our property there. Why I'm saying this is that, you know, if you're entering into the sales market, you want to really focus on sales. I always advise people to start with the low budget properties, because, you know, low budget properties are being targeted to average investors, average income earners. You know, and when I'm talking about low budget, I'm talking about lands that is between the range of 5 million to 15 million. I know of some big real estate companies, the Revolutionary Plus, the P1, the ECC homes, and many of them. And we too, we have some lands in Ekpe, in some Bejuleki, that were actually one of the top listing agents. All these strategies, if you're able to gather enough of these low budget properties and you market them viral on your possible platform, I believe for you to penetrate into the sales market will become easier. I can boldly tell you, I know of a guy that started his real estate journey from Amen Estate. When Amen Estate was selling for 10 million, 8 million, 12 million, he became one of the highest selling agents. And from there, he's now a developer today. Are you listening? You can penetrate those sales market using the low budget land sales. But please, if you are penetrating the land market as your sales strategy, the sales strategy, if you're penetrating using the sales means, using the low budget property, be careful of land titles, please. Not all lands are sellable. God forbid you sell and you put yourself in trouble. So you must be able to affiliate with a reputable real estate company to take you in when you can actually market for them. Because with that, like me now, if you market a property of 10 million, 8 million, 5 million, 7 million to me, I'll be interested to buy. You understand? I'm just giving you an example. Maybe for some, you can be interested to buy because it's average human, average people, average earners that can easily earn them compared to when you stick yourself to marketing 250 million project, 500 million project, 150 million project. Because all these projects, all these big projects are being assigned to professional agents, not for newbies. So you are going to be having challenges in competing with them when you want to sell. Imagine competing with me on a property of 250 million and you're a newbie. I will sell it and I will put you to shame. I'm just trying to believe you. You understand? So you don't waste your time on that. You understand? So you can enter the market strategy by actually penetrating through the low budget land sales. And again, you can meet with the moneyless. If there are people that live on the island, meet with some of the moneyless. They have lands that are good titles and they are low budget. You can easily say them, I've sold the land of 1.5, I've sold the land of 2 million, I've sold the land of 3 million, and I will get a commission of 300,000, quick money. You understand? Those are strategies. God bless you.
All right, guys. So there are other questions there. Just let me quickly. Someone said, okay, let me start from the first guy that asked. So Oma Uche Kingdom asked, what best strategy have you deployed in getting your highest sales or enable you to close deals? What best strategy, majorly in closing high sales or your deals?
My best strategy is not actually a one-day job. If you're going to use my strategy, you know, in real estate, there's something we call purchasing agent and a sales agent. Don't mix them up. You know, if you're a mandate of a sales agent, it's different from when you're a mandate of as a purchasing agent. As a sales agent, you are the one that owns the property. And everybody that wants to buy have to come to your company to buy. More like a developer. And when you are more like having a corporate mandate to any kind of personal land by someone or personal house. And when we talk about purchasing agencies, that means you are being consulted to actually get a property for someone. That means you have a client that wants to buy a property, then you go out there to get a sales agent who has such property to sell, if at all you don't have those property. So my own best possible strategy is I've been able to position myself more as a sales agent. So my own strategy is that I go out there, I solicit with property owners to actually give me, what's it called? Should I say an autonomy power to market their property for them, whereby anybody that wants to buy the property will still have to come through 360 logs. So those are actually my easier strategy. And those strategy comes from the why to do principle I told you about. You understand? Because I've been able to understand the real estate market and be able to close many deals with so many people that whenever they want to sell their property, they call me. And once they call me, I'm actually the right person to connect to. Most of the properties are completed, so you might not meet the owner, you will just come to me and we close it and you forget about it, just exchange titles. So my own best possible strategy is becoming a sales agent and not even a purchasing agent. I've sold more as a sales agent than being a purchasing agent. So you must be able to position yourself, choose the angle you want to position yourself in. So that's
all right, guys. All right, guys, no problem. So that is a good one, Mr. Banji. So just let me answer more questions. Let's take one or two more questions. Then I will also, a lot of people are making inquiries about affiliate programs, so I just have to talk about this in a bit. All right, so Oma Uche, I hope that answers your questions, right? This webinar will be available so that you guys can listen to it again. And there's any part that needs to be developed, we'll probably write blogs or do threads on them and share on social media. You'll be notified. Actually, that's why I said you should go and like us on follow us on Instagram. So you can be, most of these things we're still going to develop them and make them available for you guys, right? And of course, with time as it goes on, they might probably become products, premium product that people have to pay for. But now you have access for it for free. That is just the truth, right? You know, this webinar have been attracting quite a lot of people who are asking for paid, you know, paid product and things like that. So we'll get there. But for now, guys, you have it at your fingertips, so utilize it. So someone said, okay, like the 20% you pay affiliate, is it what the client pays or from what the developer pays? So, Mr. Banji, the 20% you pay affiliate, is it what the client pays or from what the developer pays?
Okay, one thing first. Let me let you understand what an affiliate is. Affiliate is just like you have an information about someone who is interested in buying a property or someone who is interested in selling a property, but you are incapacitated because maybe you are a full-time worker, you work 5 to 8, 8 to 5, you know where you are, you won't be able to close such deals. And you say, okay, well, I'm an affiliate with this company. You try to convince those people to contact us. Now, in getting to close those deals, there are so many resources to put in place. There are so many sales channels we use, you understand, the one we built up over time. So with this, whenever, and you should have it at the back of the mind because, when we are negotiating fees, you can be lucky, you can be unlucky at times. You understand? Sometimes you might be expected to get the 1 million, at the end you get 800, at the end you get 700. So what I'm saying is that in every of the transaction we conclude, in every of the fee that is being paid to us, you get 20% of it. You understand? Because reason why there are so many principles around it. You understand? It's like you are affiliate to us and you are referring people to us and you expect us to close it. Because we are going to be giving you every feedback necessary. And if there's any assistance we need from you, especially if the client that is coming from you is actually a personal person to you, we might need to know about his personality and all that if we're having difficulty in closing up, and which we hardly have. Understand? So most time, because of the resources we've used and time and all that, efforts are in place and all that, we deem it fit to do 20% of whatever comes to us as an affiliate. And we know, and we believe, most affiliates are actually newbies, and most affiliates are actually workers who has another paid job. But if you are actually a real estate agent already, it's different. There's a way we work out commission based for that. So affiliate is different from an already registered or a real estate company is totally different. So that's it.
All right, Mr. Biden, thank you very much. So guys, please, I tell people, right, this affiliate program, like it won't take anything from you because, like your uncle can call from US and like, bro, I want to get a property in Lagos Island, blah, blah, let me be in charge of it. Guys, you don't need to ask your uncle for money. Bring the person to us. We close the deal, we give you your money, right? So it's just as easy as that, right? So please take advantage of it. All right. Somebody asked, can you please elaborate, Mr. Banji, are you still here? Can you please elaborate on the natural law in real estate mentioned earlier in your discussion? Mr. Banji, can you come on board, please?
Please say it again. What did you say?
Can you please elaborate on the natural law in real estate mentioned earlier in your discussion? I don't know if I get that. Natural law.
Natural. No, I'm just talking. I think that is what I was talking about, the why to do, the element upon which your application of practices are built. It's just like a friend of mine will say, I've exhausted my common sense when I'm dealing with some clients. What I'm trying to say is that there are categories of how you sell. There are ways to which you sell to clients. In selling to clients, we have emotional sales, like I told you, we have investment strategy, we have home sales strategy, we have luxury strategy. You understand? So those questions just fall under the why to do. So like you must be able to communicate very well. Like normal natural law in real estate is your communication skills must be excellent, you must be competent, you must be trustworthy, you must be timely. All these things are actually some of those things that is actually effective. You are not going to be that agent when your client tell you 10 and you are now started calling him, sir, please, I'm stuck in traffic in Yanawuru. I will be in Lekki by 11. can we reschedule? You're already shooting yourself. Those are red flags. When you fix an appointment and you send a reminder to such clients that, sir, are we still meeting tomorrow? And the client confirms to you that we are meeting. You're supposed to make preparations on ground for that, not then being stuck in traffic. You're supposed to analyze your road. Timeliness is part of the natural law. Because all those, when you're timely, the person looks at you as a professional, he looks at you as someone who knows what he's doing. And there are different definitions of professionalism from each and every one of us. The way I define professionalism might be different from someone. Someone we think you are rude. You understand? I will still drop a webinar on how to profile a client, how to look for a client that will stress your life, a client that will make things easy, how you can define those ones. Those are actually webinar for another day. You understand? So all those kind of a thing is what you are going to put in place for you to be able to actually sell easily in real estate. So there's nothing like maybe lateral law, like I said. I'm just talking about the guideline, the principle that will assist you in your real estate. That's just what I'm trying to put in place.
All right, thank you very much. So a quick one. Someone said, I'm really gaining value. That's from Okoye Chukuka. I'm really gaining value. Please, can we have more webinar? I think Mr. Olabanji has a lot to say, but the time is almost up. So, guys, we can always guarantee you, trust me, other webinars are coming up, especially from the kind of questions you're asking. Simply means there is a lot to learn, right? So don't worry, guys. We have your emails, we have your phone numbers. We'll keep in touch when we decide on the next webinar to actually. In fact, we can decide to even roll out a form, list the titles of probably possible webinars to have. Then you guys can actually vote, and the titles that come up with the highest vote will actually be selected, so that we can make sure that we're carrying a lot of people along. Thank you. So, okay, on my Kingdom, no, do these have any affiliates in Port Harcourt? So our affiliates are all over the world. So when I mean all over the world, I mean like you can be in Dubai, help someone that wants to buy property in Nigeria, right? Join our affiliate program. When we sell to them, we send you your money. In fact, when you're registered for our affiliate program, we collect your bank account details so that you can know that we mean business. So it is not that you sell property, you not be saying send us account details. No. You see, Mr. Badi mentioned one thing. Once you have a client that you know potential buyer, please don't be the one to be negotiating. Banji is a closer. I keep telling people, when I have prospect, I send them to him. I'm not a closer. I'm a growth person, right? I'm in charge of knowledge management. I'm in charge of, I want to train people. I want them to be more effective. I want to push out programs like this. This is me. Right? But it comes to deal closure, Banji, that's Banji. We know our strengths, right? When things like this come about, throughout this webinar, Banji will just say, Sam, see, it's ready. Go and I'll do it. But when closure comes to his own headache, I push it to him. So, guys, let's leverage what we have already. So, yes, you can be in Port Harcourt, you can be in Kaduna, you can be in Dubai, you can be anywhere, right? In fact, you can be anywhere. I mean, you can literally be anywhere. All right, good. So, okay, makes sense. Sorry for this message, please. Okay, all right, guys. So, no problem. So, I think that will be all. So, guys, before you go, like I said, follow our IG page, Instagram page, guys. You can't afford to miss anything. Our anniversary is coming up on the 4th of August. We'll be 5 years old. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. No, we don't have properties in Port Harcourt yet. But yes, Port Harcourt is national and hotspot for now. We manage Lagos, and people are beginning to show interest in properties in Akure. So some people are reaching out to us, for properties in Akure, and we are beginning to secure some. So, but Abuja and Port Harcourt is going to be our hotspot. Trust me, from Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, I'm going to let you know, Mr. Uche, right? And that's fine. So we may about our anniversary, what we intend to do, how you can actually be a part, of course, to celebrate what we've done in 5 years. So, guys, the last thing you are going to do today is simple. Please just take out 30 seconds, go on Instagram, look for 360 Locks Limited. So just let me write here again, at 360 Locks Limited. Guys, follow that page. Very, very important. And please, we need your feedback. You know what, guys? It's the feedback you give to us that we used to work on another webinar. Okay, someone said kindly consider Enugu. No problem, we'll look into it. This is about expansion, right? And when you're talking about expansion, thank you very much, Ayobam. when you talk about expansion, when you actually come to, to company building expansion to other states, it takes a whole lot of work, right? But trust me, we consider those areas, right? So guys, finally, guys, just drop, we want the feedback for you. You can drop what what do you think about this webinar? Just drop it here, let us see. Of course, you can always go to the form and fill properly. Just drop your feedback for us here. What do you think about this webinar? Drop. Guys, what do you think about this webinar? We are done already. Just want you to drop some stuff in the chat box. Okay, so I learned some people also asking questions on our YouTube page. So just let me go to that now so that guys, what do you think about this webinar? All right, guys. Okay, people want to be able to. Okay, many thanks. I've learned a lot in a short time. Hope to learn more. Yeah, thank you very much. That is okay. Informative and helpful. Okay, makes sense. Thank you for the meeting. All right. We are grateful to have you too. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So for those that are joining on our YouTube, I'm going to drop the link for the form to fill. Okay, guys, dropping it. It is so educating. Thank you so much, sir. I am actually new in the real estate business, and this information tonight will go a long way for me. Thank you so much, guys. You are welcome. Okay. Someone said the direct message. Okay, thank you, Bukola. I appreciate that. He said this is too much. I really appreciate the facilitator, guys. Yes, guys. So please, we are done with the webinar. You are free to leave. Just drop your comments before you leave. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your time, guys. The feedback, no man, it's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, 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 guys. Yeah, you did it. You did it. Man, 8 to 10. It's not easy, man. About 8 to 10, 24, guys. Thank you, 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 guys. We appreciate you. Just drop a note for us on the chat before you leave. Nice, awesome, amazing, educative, interactive, inspiring, emotional. The part of the accident was actually emotional for me, right? And still me. Okay, I can't wait for another one, guys. Check your emails. Trust me. We are coming with bigger bangers. Like, we are coming with bigger bangers, guys. I appreciate you guys. Oh, I'm feeling like you should know it, guys. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for coming in all the way from Lagos, all the way from Rivers, all the way from Ibadan. Guys, you guys are amazing. Wow. Thanks so much. Nice joining this webinar. It was awesome. How do I join anytime? Just check your email. I will send SMS to you guys. Okay, I can't wait for another one. Makes sense. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this webinar. Inspiring. Thank you so much. Nice joining this webinar. It was awesome. How do I join anytime? Don't worry, guys. Just check your mails. If after now check your mails, you will get emails from us, you get SMS from us. We're in this together. We must build wealth together, guys. We must build wealth together. That is the idea. We must build wealth together, guys. Stop calling me a prisoner. Good one, boss. Thanks. Guys, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. my government. Yeah, so that is our address. Guys, that is our office address. Plot 4 Baba Tokwe Bejide Crescent, Lekki, Nigeria. Plot 4 Baba Tokwe Bejide Crescent, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. That is where you can find us. Anytime you walk into our office, you meet Faye, you meet me, you meet Banji. Trust me. You can actually check out our website, right? You can actually check out our website, you know, for more information. That's our website. That's the website. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Shuaibu, thank you for coming. Adebisi, thank you. Akinola Folayan, you're amazing. Eva, thanks, man. Thanks. Ayobami Adeniran, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bukola Joseph Adegboyega, you're amazing. Okay, that is iPhone Shigata at 12. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lexi, you're on point. You're on point. Okoye Chukuka, you're amazing. I love your question. You're amazing. I'm fantastic. Oladele, thank you for your time. Uche, thank you. Victor Ewola, you're amazing. You are free to leave the room, guys. You are free to leave the room. It's been an amazing night. A good way to start August. Like, you are launching to August with new knowledge, guys. This is amazing. This is amazing. Woo! Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You are amazing. You are free to leave the room. Guys, you are free to leave the room. Thank you so much. Eva, thank you. Akinola Folayan, you're amazing. Shuaibu, thank you. Uche, you're amazing. Lexi, thank you, man. Oladele, thank you. Ayobami Adeniran, you're fantastic. You're fantastic. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We are waiting for you to leave the room. Thank you. We can't leave if you don't leave. We can't leave if you don't leave. We love you. We respect you. We honor you. Thank you for coming on board. This means so much. Eva, thank you. Yeah, guys, that's a shout for you. Yeah. Our lyrical goddess. Eva, Uche, Akinola, Afolayan, thank you. You can leave the room now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you. So we have just 3 people left. Oladele, thank you so much. Uche, thank you. Akinola, Afolayan, thank you. You are free to leave. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You are amazing, man. You are amazing. Thank you. You can see I'm so excited. I'm so pumped up tonight. You know, when knowledge is shared, it gives me joy, guys. It gives me joy. We are creating this world together, guys. Trust me. Lexi, thank you. Oladile, thank you. Che, thank you. Akinola Afolayan, thank you. We are grateful, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys, so because of time, probably might need to just remove 3 of you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. There is nothing more to discuss. Thank you, guys.